All right, here we are with the Sunline Tools of the Trade from Neely Henry Lake. Just finished up, literally, just about an hour and a half ago, just finished up the tournament. Had 12-8 today, had 9-13 the first day, 9-13 the second day, so I squeaked into that top 48, and then ended up having a good day today, 12.5 pounds today. Moved all the way up to 26th place. There's 26th place is not too bad, and really junk fished my way up to the place to finish, the 26th place. And when I say junk fish, I fished a bunch of different baits. Had a little shad spawn deal going on in the morning, and I was throwing spinnerbait. Double willow leaf is just a homemade spinnerbait by buddy Eddie 4. Had the missile baits Shockwave on the back with the frosted purple as the color, and then had the little Gamakatsu trailer hook. I caught about half of them on that little trailer hook, that little Gamakatsu G-Power trailer hook Aaron Martin's designed. And then I was throwing a 3/8 most of the time, but this is the half ounce that I was kind of alternating between the two, kind of depending on the situation. But caught 4 or 5 keepers every morning in the first 20 to 30 minutes, except for today, the third day. I had one big bite and didn't get it in the boat on that. I just never got it good, and then was able to just change it up today and catch them on some different baits. But on the spinnerbait, I was throwing that on the Icon Chatterbait rod. It's a 7-foot 1-inch. That had the Daiwa Tatula 6.3-1, and then I had FC Sniper 18-pound. You can cast a mile with that 18 pound, and I was throwing the 18. A lot of times I'll throw 20 when I throw in a spinnerbait, but I had 18 on there because I had that 3/8, and I was, most of the time that's what I caught the fish on. But I was just slowly, like doing little rod twitches, and I felt like that little bit smaller line gave the bait a little bit more action. But then later in the day, once that spinnerbait shad spawn deal was over, I was switching up to the chatterbait, and I was throwing a 3/8 and a half ounce, both in that gizzard shad color. Had, again, the missile bait Shockwave 3.5 and frosted purple on the back. This one's kind of torn up. This is the 3/8, but I would tie on a 3/8 and a half. The half ounce I would fish more on the main channel when I wanted to get the bait down a little bit more. I caught some keepers on that, and then I definitely caught some keepers on the 3/8. I could skip that a little bit better. It's a little bit lighter. I'd skip that into the shallower areas around docks, on points and things like that. But again, that was the same 18-pound FC Sniper was on that. And then today, my moneymaker today was the Spro Little John MD in cellmate color. I've caught a zillion fish in my life on this particular crankbait, but yeah, that thing was the deal today on catching most of my weight. Had that on 12-pound Sunline Crank FC. I know that's 14, I can read, but that is 12-pound, and I had the 12-pound on, and that's what I usually like to crank with, but I had that on my Icon John Cruz square bill rod. That thing is money. It's got the microwave guides on it and the Daiwa Tatula reel. That's a really sweet little combo right there. So that was some of the other things I was catching my fish on. But then the first day I caught a couple of my keepers, and caught one of my keepers today on, look at that, it's ugly, it's awful. Yeah, it's a Zoom trick worm. I was alternating between a Zoom trick worm and a Fuse 4.4, but the little teeny tiny, this is a Gamakatsu jig head. It's a 3/32, really light. It's lighter than an 1/8, and that really slow fall in that post spawn period sometimes is mega key. And that's the the G Finesse 3/32 ounce shaky head. I think Shin Fukai's designed that. It's got a good Gamakatsu hook in it, as you can see on there. But this was the trick worm, has a little more meat than the Fuse. It's a little bit bigger worm, so I could throw it and skip it a little bit better. And that is what I caught. I think 2 of my keepers the first day, and then one of my keepers today was on that guy right there, just kind of mixing it in. as well. But that was kind of, and that on that setup, I had it on the John Cruz micro jig rod, and it had the Daiwa Ballistic 3000, had the Sunline X Plasma 12-pound as the braid main line, and then on my leader, as you could imagine, FC Sniper, that says 12-pound, but I couldn't find the 8-pound. Had 8-pound leader on that lighter jig head. A lot of times I'll throw 10-pound Sniper as my leader on shaky heads, but with that lighter jig head, the 8-pound I felt like got down a little bit easier and a little bit better, had a little more natural action, and I didn't have any problems getting the fish in. I boat flipped one that was probably 2 1/4. Wasn't quite 2 1/2. It was probably 2.5, 2.6, somewhere in that range. I boat flipped that one today. That was one of the fish I had. But that's kind of my story. Those are my Elite Series tools from Neely Henry, the Bassmaster Neely Henry event here, first week of May. Decent finish, as I said, 26th place. But now we don't have much time, less than a week, and we'll be back on Lake Gunnersville getting ready to rock and roll there. So no time to rest.